We're going to be switching gears now, talking about the news from the front page, talking about the week that was. I have here with me some of my regular guests, Adekoya Bloladale. Thanks for being here today.
It's a pleasure.
And of course, Kayode Oyemakinde. Thanks for coming.
It's a pleasure.
I want to start with asking you what clubs you support in Nigeria. What team do you support? You don't have a team you support?
No, I do. Seriously.
What team do you support?
Okay, I'm a proud member of the Mountain of Fire team.
And Miracles team.
Yeah.
They're getting relegated. I hope you know that.
You see, for a team that is just joining the league, you should not be so
there. They shouldn't just come and go back.
No, there might be ups and downs. But you should also know that from my own hometown, the Remo
stars are coming
in. So if the MFM are going out, I should support the Remo stars.
Kayode, who do you support?
Shooting Stars.
People just miss relegation like this. You know, Rangers, we don't like Shooting Stars. Our rivals for many decades. So it feels great. Are you going to tell me congratulations this evening?
Congratulations ahead. You know, but I pray they won't beat you.
Prayers like this don't get answered. But let's leave sports now and talk about the week that was. We have to start with the National Assembly and the House of Representatives in particular. Honorable Jibrin and Speaker Dogara have been in the news for a couple of about 2 months now, back and forth, you know. Actually, mostly attacks from Honorable Jibrin, and Dogara had just kept it calm. The House reconvened. They decided that he was going to face the Ethics Committee, which he didn't show up for. And we now hear that he has been suspended for 180 working days, and his office has been sealed. I mean, 180 working days in the House of Representatives is about a year and a half, pretty much. And we hear it's without pay. So basically, he's been rendered redundant. First of all, people have talked about the constitutionality of this. What happens to the constituency he's representing? What happens to their representation in the National Assembly? And secondly, how does he come out of this?
Let me start by saying that the decision of the Ethics Committee of the House is a bit surprising. Because if you follow closely the activities of the House of Representatives, rather, there has been issues of allegations against Honorable Jibrin and also the Speaker of the House. So if they are going to take any decision, most of us would have expected that it should have been something that is done on equity, and both Honorable Dogara also should have also been brought to justice. However, I think the Ethics Committee acted in conformance with the rules of the House. You should understand that the rules that guide the House is different from the Constitution. Though the Constitution also leaves a provision for the suspension of a member of the House, and as such, they can now determine on what basis the member should be suspended. And I think they've done that quite. But most importantly, I think what is most important for us Nigerians is not really about Honorable Jibrin being a member of that House or Honorable Dogara being the Speaker of the House, but most importantly, let them explain to us. So all of us, we've been shouting, we've been clamoring for open house for a very long time. And I think this is the appropriate time for us to know how much these guys are earning. Honorable Jibrin a few days ago was talking about 10 million naira being paid to members of the House. We want to know per month. The 10 million is being paid per month. Are you guys giving yourself 1.2 billion naira for what? Constituency project? Which constituency project? Because I don't know if you find out that most of their late constituency projects, when you get to the site, it's always there's nothing there. It's always a vacant site. Yeah. So it seems more like a scam within the house. And I think that is what is important to me.
Yeah,
what is important to Nigeria.
Going from that, a lot of people have also said the same thing. Like, why isn't the House answering the questions that Honorable Jibrin has raised? I mean, whether the allegations true or false is a whole other conversation, but there hasn't been sort of an answer. I mean, the House has said, okay, that was what the Ethics Committee was supposed to be for. If he had come and presented his case, then maybe there would have been a defense. But it looks like with this suspension now, that might be the end of it, you think?
Well, basically, I want to believe that they've given a judgment even before calling Jibrin to the Ethics Committee, basically, because with the feelings in the House, whether he attended the probe panel, the panel they set up by the Ethics Committee, or he did not, there's a feeling that they already have a judgment, a predetermined judgment. So Jibrin felt it wasn't necessary to attend. Now, that has gone. Based on the facts on ground now, why can't they really probe what he is saying, whether it is true or false? And the House have they've gone ahead to suspend him, and the clamor whereby open house, as he said, people are really looking forward to the House of Representatives giving a good investigation into the allegations that Honorable Abdulmumin Jibrin alleged that some certain members were found wanting in some certain budget scandals and so on. But the House determined that no, they are not going to investigate it. So it will also come and go the way others have always been. So this is just part of, it's not a precedent, it's just following the precedent that's already been right on.
What do you think Honorable Jibrin should do at this point now?
Well,
is there anything he can do?
That is really a very difficult one, because as a member of the House of Representatives, while taking this oath of office, he will also sworn to the rules of the House. So it may probably be a bit difficult to put that in the court of law, as his right being infringed upon. I think if he wants to, if he's going to court, probably maybe on the issue of morality, because the ethics committee the chairman of the ethics committee was also appointed by the speaker. So you should not expect the chairman of the ethics committee to talk while eating. Yeah. So of course that will have actually defeated. That might probably have defeated the issue of equity in the
which was an issue raised.
But these are moral issues.
Yeah.
These are moral issues. Now it depends on how morality and the constitutional aspect of it. But by and large, I think he should pursue rigorously. He has promised Nigerians evidence. I have not really seen a lot of evidence. We've seen some. We've seen marked. We've seen papers that have been marked, ticked, and some signed. But we need concrete evidence. And the allegations that his office was recently burgled, and there's some documents where that is preposterous to my own, because he has been raising this issue for almost a month. So he should have at that time he has access to his office. Should have taken those documents out of that office. We want him. He has given the 14 days, 14 working days to the principal of the house, and he has promised to release more damaging documents. We want to see that, but we don't want to see just that in the media. We want him to give it to all our people. Even if he has to go international, let's go international. But the major thing is this: these guys have scammed Nigerians.
Before we switch off from this to another conversation, I want to talk about the APC as a party now. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of division now. We've had Senator Bola Tinubu come out and speak out against the chairman of the party because of the Ondo primaries. The two people fighting in the House of Representatives are in the same party. Yeah. They're both APC members. What does this say about the divisions now? How many camps are there? And is General Jibrin in a camp separate? Like, what is really happening with this ruling party right now?
Ebuka, please. I really don't know. I really don't know the camps each person belongs in the House of Representatives, but it is crystal clear that the APC is divided, same way as the PDP is divided, basically. So there are two major camps, but there are three camps basically. The Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu camp, the presidency camp, headed by the President of the Republic, that's President Buhari, and the other camp, which have the leader is Atiku, former Vice President. So, but basically the major camps are the Tinubu camp, the Buhari camp. Well, Abdulmumini falls under no camp. Let me just put it that way. He's like he's a lone ranger. He's a lone ranger because I've not seen him identify with either the Tinubu side nor the what's the name? Nor the
maybe the mainstream party.
The mainstream party. And I want to believe that he still is not with the Oyegun camp, because the Oyegun and the Oyegun camp falls under the Oyegun camp. Himself, the Senate President, and so with the analysis I've seen over the media, he falls under the Oyegun camp, and I want to believe that he can never be there. So also, I've not seen him identify with the Tinubu camp. The APC is divided. I believe Tinubu is fighting on his own. The Buhari people camp, they are doing their things on their own. Abdulmumini Jibrin is on his own.
All of these fights while Nigeria is in recession. And
exactly. So they're not just hitting the nail on the right. So people have even argued that there's about 7 or 8 camps, but that is not what we're here today. We'll move on from that.